10 years ago, we lived through some of the most intense paranormal activity imaginable. That led us to research haunted locations to capture evidence proving the existence of supernatural beings.
Okay, can you... Oh, full flash in front. You're gonna leave tonight.
And help our families being tormented as we once
Leave
were.
those kids alone, too.
And what we discovered is that the South Coast is wickedly haunted.
That was incredible. That's what I'm talking about. That's proof.
Welcome to Wickedly Haunted. I'm Todd.
And I'm Marissa.
Tonight we're going to be getting into the basement of our investigation at the S.K. Pierce Haunted Victorian Mansion in Gardner, Massachusetts. A place that Marissa and I have been talking about all week because of the evidence we've uncovered there. And we've honestly decided that we think it may be the most haunted place we've ever been, ever investigated.
Yeah.
Just completely out of control. The evidence we have to present to you tonight, I honestly can't believe myself that we captured. I honestly can't. I mean, Marissa and I were reviewing some of the stuff. We spent half the time calling each other over to look at stuff to make sure that what we were looking at was actually what we were looking at. When you're going through this evidence and reviewing it, we use 9 different cameras of all various types, and you're looking at some of this stuff, and because of the activity that we get on these investigations, you're looking at things that you didn't even think existed, and you will understand what we mean in just a few minutes when we start rolling these videos out. But honestly, like, we do our very, very best to make sure that everything that we show you is 100% paranormal evidence. It's all real no matter what, every last crumb of it. But we really go through this like left and right. One of the things we're going to show you tonight, we're even going to use 2 different side-by-side camera views just to show you the difference between the two and what you're looking at. And again, you'll know what we mean in just a few seconds. Now, before we get into the video of the basement of this place, let me just set this up. First of all, we investigate in the complete, absolute pitch dark. No bones about it. Spirits, entities do not like light. It's a proven fact. And they also exist in a different light spectrum, one that we really cannot see with our own naked eyes. So we walk around with these little 3 and 4 inch screens. You know, sometimes it's a tablet screen on our SLS cameras, and that's how we see. We try not to put on flashlights. We try not to turn on the lights. We try to keep it pitch black as much as possible. And this basement was about as black as you could get, as you're going to see in one of the videos, completely pitch dark. You know, that's how I got the gash on my leg from when we investigated the cemetery a few weeks ago. You know, it's not that I'm an idiot walking around without a flashlight. It's that we try to walk around looking at LCD screens. Probably not something I'll do in the graveyard again, but, you know, that's how we investigated this basement. And the evidence that we came away with was absolutely worth every last crumb of it. Now, before we get into the first video, let me just first mention that if anyone out there is experiencing paranormal activity or any strange phenomenon, this is one of the reasons why we do this show. We do this obviously for entertaining purposes. But Marissa and I have lived in a very haunted house, and we live now in a converted school building that is also very haunted that we're streaming to live from right now. And sometimes you almost feel, well, we used to, you know, feel embarrassed to tell people when we first started experiencing these things, okay? We didn't know where to go for help. And one of the reasons why we do the show is to educate, is to prove that these things do exist and occur so that the stigma can be removed from them. Finally, you would think with all the proof out there now on the internet and on TV, and most of it is real, okay, that stigma would be gone, but it's still out there. It's still out there. We get comments all the time, negative nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
These people, do you believe this stuff? Like, you know, like they don't believe it. And
I don't know whether they're afraid to believe it. They just, like I said, sometimes we can't wrap our heads around what we're seeing. But these things do exist, okay? And do not be embarrassed to send us a message or visit our website and use the booking form to have us come out and help you to investigate your home, to validate what's going on. And if necessary, we can certainly try to cleanse the home to make the energy lighter. If it's a negative entity, maybe to force it out if we're lucky. We're pretty successful with that. So our website is relativelyparanormal.com. There is also a ton of great content on there. A lot of videos that we don't show on the show, quick evidence clips, a photo album with almost 200 pictures of paranormal activity that we have captured, some stuff about us as a family, as a group. We were in a documentary by the Truly Network called My Extraordinary Family. That's on there. We've been in newspaper articles, all sorts of different stuff that is on the website. You can also email us at relativelyparanormal@gmail.com. And we also have a YouTube channel, Relatively Paranormal, a public Facebook group, Relatively Paranormal, and a TikTok channel, Relatively Paranormal. Listen, we try to keep it simple, right? So let's roll into that first video. We're in the basement, S.K. Pierce Haunted Victorian Mansion. Please comment, get involved. What we're going to do is show this video. We're going to do a quick couple-minute analysis of what we just saw, and then we'll get to any questions or comments. Tell us where you're watching from. If you have any questions about paranormal investigations, about the paranormal, not just about the episode, and certainly about the episode. But please get involved. We love hearing from you. We love answering questions and comments, and we will get right to them after we give our little blurb analysis and get into the next video. So please comment, get involved, and we'll see you after the first video. Enjoy. Pierce Mansion had been a frenzy of paranormal activity from the moment we walked in. However, whatever lurks in the basement of this home will take things to a whole new level. With less than an hour left to investigate, we wanted to set up the basement as quickly as possible. The spirits down there had other plans though, and began trying to communicate with us as soon as we got down there. The EVPs and manifestations you're about to see occurred during that setup time period.
One leg short. Just go hard, investigate. Lights toasted. I need another light pack. Alright, let's get the rest. It might be because the lights are on too. I don't know. This on? Take as much energy as you want from this box right here with the lightning on it.
What's that?
Whoa, it's going off!
REM pod.
Is there a camera on it?
SLS.
Oh, I already have a camera down there. What am I doing? Oh, hold on. We'll be ready with you in a second.
Not sure where. Right here. Perfect. We know where the on the thing.
What's that?
This thing over here, blowing nuts. I gotta fix this SLS. This little zip tie I had.
What's that temperature?
Okay, you know, zip tie. Maybe long. Yeah, hi. Hi.
Oh,
Whoa, thank you.
here we
Thank you
go.
very much. I want this to be seen by that camera. I can't see you with that camera. What the on here? Yes, hello, sir.
That's
How are
crazy.
ya?
Already going.
Alright, so, do you want to do the SLS? Do you want to walk around with this?
Yeah, I can walk around with that.
I'm going to walk around with the full spectrum and try to shoot you guys working. The rest of the SLS is fixed. It's over there on that chair. Let's kill the lights and investigate as long as we can. Whoa! Watch out for mutant signals down here in the basement.
Yeah, because of the power.
Alright. Oh, look at that. Look! Look! Oh, can you back away?
Like,
Can you back away? Oh, thank you. The light went on. Is that you? Can you make this go off again? Look, 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 look. Shh. Look, it's going from blue to red, the static meter. So energy, electromagnetic energy cannot set this off, only static can. So I'm going to reset again. It was good. You saw it. It was going from red to blue, blue to red.
With all the activity we had already experienced in this haunted mansion, never in a million years could we have realized what we were about to capture in the basement once the lights went down.
Oh, there we go. Excellent. If I'm in the pitch black now. Alright, so let me turn this one on. Alright, let's get it on and popping. Oh my god, we got half an hour. Thank you! Thank you! Whoa. Are you human? If you're a human spirit, can you make that go off? Shut that off if you're a human spirit. Where's the camera? I was going to use the full screen. Oh, thank you! So you're a human? You're only human? Alright. You got the SLS? It's over there. I'll work that. Please. Okay. I'll put this right here, I guess. Let's not forget it. There. Just check it. Alright, so everybody just wander around and try to get evidence. Turn that light on if you'd like to hear your... Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. The lights off everywhere?
Yeah.
Why is that not plugged in?
Magic.
Okay. Magic? Oh, magic. Is our equipment like magic to you? I can feel that. If I stay really quiet, would you throw another rock? Can you throw a rock over here off the wall? You just throw a rock over here in this room? You did. Is this where you are? You're in this room right here? Turn off the light if you're in this room. Right here. You in this room over here? Turn the light off if you're over here. Take the energy from that box next to you so you can make that flashlight work. So it is ultra creepy down here. Super creepy. We just got all the lights off. We got the flashlight going on and off here. Brandon and Marissa and I just wandering around the basement separately of the S.K. Pierce house trying to get evidence of paranormal activity.
Watch this anomaly fly to the right, then seconds later appear to fly right at the screen.
Make a noise for us so we know where you are. A loud one. No? Huh. Yeah, it is ultra, mega, super duper creepy down here. Like, really creepy.
A strange mist appears at the bottom of the screen and flies directly into my back.
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere. We have the Paralyst over here, spitting out words. I'm not sure what it said. What did it say? V?
In this super slow motion replay, you can see that as the camera panned past this area where the heating apparatus is, a shadow figure can be seen peeking out. In the still photo, you can get a good look at what this man looked like. The big arrow is pointed at his head. It appears as though he has one red eye and even a beard can be seen.
V. What does V mean? Is that your initial? Can you turn the light off? Is V your initial? Look, you can make this thing go off over here too. This blue thing over there says dead. Is V your initial? Shut that off. Is V your initial? That's probably the...
Yeah.
Oh, that's over here. It is. Alright, can you shut that off? Can you shut that off for a second? Are you a man? If you're a man, turn that on. Boom. Okay. Shut that off? Go ahead, shut it off so I can ask you another question. So you're a man. Alright, go ahead, shut it off. Did you live in this house at one point? Did you live here ever?
Indeed.
Indeed. Did you hear that, Darren?
Yeah.
Said indeed. Indeed.
This just-
Turn the flashlight on if you lived here. At any point in your life, sir. What the?
You touch it again?
Oh, you did? Okay. Alright. Go ahead, shut that off. Shut it off, go ahead.
Go ahead, shut off. You can do it. You can do it.
Criminal.
Okay, and where did you put it? Who's a criminal? As I pan around the room, this white anomaly that almost looks like an arm seems to pull back from this doorway. The anomaly pulled straight back into an area where there was only a wall from the old cistern. So in this place, the panel activity's been off the friggin' hook. I can't believe the REM pod. Right, let's do this, brother. Here we go. Just wrangling right off the bat. What is it? Do what? Yeah, I'm well aware of that. What does he look like? Well, obviously. What does he look like? Does he not like Marissa? Was he mad at Marissa? Yo. Oh, let me see.
It looks like something, no?
Where?
How dark it is in that corner.
Where is that?
Figure.
What?
Look straight over there. There you see like a silhouette.
What am I getting glared by? Where is it?
Yellow light. Looks like something black over there, though.
Like way in the corner?
Yeah. That same corner.
Come over here, grab the SLS and see if you can grab him over here, and I'll film you. Grab that SLS right there. Watch out. Did you see it? Did you notice the head, or what looks like a head, bobbing up and down in the basement window as I pan back and forth across this room where Brandon just saw a black figure standing in the corner? I don't know if this thing in the window has anything to do with what Brandon saw, but I do know that what looks like a white head is moving up and down in the basement window, appearing to be peeking at us, trying to see what we are doing down here. I can't say 100% that this is paranormal, but I highly doubt that a live person with an apparently shape-shifting, glowing white head is outside this basement window. And I saw a dark shape over here. Where was it? Directly over that point? It was? Like right over there? Well, that's where we were getting the figure before. Yeah. We had first set up this SLS camera in this back room of the basement when we first got down here and began to investigate. This is the figure that we caught at the time. Unfortunately, we did not have a regular camera with us, so don't have any audio to go along with this footage. But what we captured was a figure that bounced around this back area of the basement. It would never appear again, including the time when Brandon saw the dark figure in the back of this room. But when it first showed up, the footage was very creepy, standing in a pitch black basement and watching this bizarre figure bounce around this back room. Marissa.
No, I mean the bottom part.
All right, so I'm gonna try to. What I meant to do was to put a picture of how low that basement window is to the ground, so you can understand like how impossible it is for somebody to be like a normal person to be bobbing up and down like that. So I'm gonna come up to the camera and I'm gonna put this up there just so you can see. Like the basement windows of this house are literally like a foot off the ground. Like normally I wouldn't do this, but so you can see right there, like the basement window is literally, as you can see, a foot off the ground. It's not like you have any room to stand over there and peek in that window. Also, the head moves independent of the camera. At one point, you can see facial features on it. I was actually shocked when we first came across it. I thought there's no way that this is a head. But at 1 a.m, like really, who would be peeking in that window? And if they were, their head would have to be, they'd have to be on their knees.
Right.
And the head would have to be sideways. And it's clearly dead on, like straight up and down. I didn't notice it at the time.
It's like creeping up and creeping back down. So there's no way that would, like someone would have to be standing up, and there's no way you can stand up and do that. I think it was pretty impressive.
Well, and the other incredible thing is Brandon had just seen a figure in that corner, And I showed the SLS video from half an hour before during setup. Brandon and I had caught a figure on that camera in that corner. So everything was going on in that corner, and then that head appears in that exact area. So we love corroborating evidence on this show. And to me, that's fairly compelling evidence to have, a figure seen back there, a figure on the SLS camera in the same area, and then a head bobbing up and down in the window.
And the spirit was saying, through the vortex, saying, "Do not go over there, Todd."
Oh, yeah, it was telling me not to go in the room,
I don't know why, but...
I don't know. Maybe the figure was dangerous. I have no clue, but it's a pretty cool piece of evidence overall. I hope you folks could see a lot of those orbs. They were pretty incredible. I understand we're in the basement. I understand that those places can be fairly dusty, but the funny thing is that originally Marissa was upstairs. It was just Brandon and I down there, and you had almost no orbs. I mean, you had a lot of orbs, and then when Marissa came down, we started investigating. As the investigation went on, the more communication devices they had already powered up off our power plant energy boxes, and there's less orbs. Those orbs are flying around because we turn on energy pumps in order to power up the spirits. They are starved for energy. They have no bodies to hold energy. So as they're manifesting and communicate, they're blowing out that energy. And if they don't have a way to replenish it, they'll just go away, and that'll be the end of it. Mm-hmm. That's why you see on ghost shows on the Travel Channel and whatnot, people get their battery on their camera burned down or their flashlight or whatnot, and then something will happen, and then they're like, oh, my God, that activity stopped as quick as it started. Yeah. Because the ghost doesn't have any way to get more energy. I already blew your camera out. I already sucked down your flashlight. Now what? Sometimes the people will feel drained themselves because they'll drain them. These spirits, these entities want to communicate. I don't care how many times they say get out. They don't go away. Right. They want to communicate. Some will talk to you. Some won't. But you got to remember, at a place like the S.K. Pierce house where ghost hunting goes on a nightly basis, I'd be sick of talking to people too. Mm. So I think some of those entities, like the Bordens at the Borden house, just get sick of talking to people and answering the same questions over and over again.
Yeah. Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you throw something? Can you make yourself appear? I'd be like, just get out.
Absolutely. And if you're not familiar with the way some of the equipment works, when it says EVP on the screen, that means electronic voice phenomenon. That means it is a spirit voice captured on our digital cameras and voice recorders that we did not hear at the time. No matter how loud it is, we didn't hear it. A disembodied voice is something different. That is a voice that we hear right in the ether, right in front of us. They're different things. So when you see that EVP, that means it's a voice captured on our cameras. Now, a few months ago, we upgraded significantly in the cameras. The microphones on our cameras. And we got different microphones. We got, a good shotgun microphone, which is dead on, to interview people, which works incredible. And we got these omnidirectional microphones as well, which get everything, all the sound in the whole area. And I kind of go back and forth because as we're reviewing the evidence, we hear different things on different cameras. But since we've upgraded those microphones, we went from getting almost no EVPs on investigations to getting an outstanding, ridiculous amount of EVPs, more than on the voice recorders. We'll have an EVP session, which is where everybody stands still. We're real quiet. We take out a voice recorder, and we upgraded that as well. And we ask questions, and then we give 20 seconds for these spirits to answer. And we get more answers on the camera equipment around us than on the damn voice recorder.
All the time. Yeah.
Which is crazy. So before we get into another video, I'm not sure if there are any questions or comments, Mike. If there are, we can put them up. If not, we do have some. Maybe you too are haunted and the spirits follow you. Listen, we live in a haunted house. The thing is that this is a large apartment in an old school building. There's no way for us to completely get rid of the spirits. If I came to your home and you had access to the attic, the basement, every closet, every drawer, I could force them out. Marissa could force them out. We could get rid of them. But here, when we cleanse our home, and we do it a lot because it'll get heavy in here, it'll lighten up this apartment for a few days, maybe a week, and then they just come right back because they know who we are.
No, not that, but I think also when things that we do around the house to almost bring them back. We almost
Oh, yeah.
conjure them back. Not on
When they hear
purpose,
us
but
reviewing the evidence.
they think that we're trying to communicate with them. Like when we're reviewing our old evidence from, previous investigations, they'll hear it and they'll think that we're trying to contact them, because normally we'd be like, hey, we'd like to communicate. So they're hearing that on the old recordings and probably think that we're trying to communicate with them like we normally did.
And our invention, the Vortex Spirit Box, is a very unique sounding thing. So when they hear that, they don't understand that it's an old recording going on. Even during EVP sessions, we try to do what's called a burst session, where we'll ask 3 or 4 questions a piece, and then we'll play back the recording, and they'll answer the questions again when they hear the recording being played in the air,
Right.
So we'll put the recorder back on and we'll listen in to see if we got answers. And they're re-answering the questions because they don't understand what a voice recorder is. You remember these people died in the 1800s. We have a ghost in our apartment. It does not like my phone. My phone keeps flying off surfaces. My baby keeps laughing at random spaces. It's common stuff. The first apartment we lived in, things would move around all the time. You'd go to get something, it'd be gone. We would hear things getting thrown. Maybe, it depends on how long the spirit's been dead for. It might know what a phone is. It might not. Maybe it's trying to communicate with you and it's trying to give you the phone. It might not be a bad. Yeah, I don't know. It depends.
If you want us to come out and investigate, find out who's at your home, we'd be more than happy to do that. Just shoot us an email.
I mean, I'm going to tell you this right now. Yeah, even if it's your grandma that died, there's no such thing as a good ghost. And what I mean by that is they all will drain your energy. And when they do, they're all miserable to be stuck here. And they imprint those emotions on you while they're drawing your energy. You don't want them doing that to your baby, believe me, or you. It's tough enough being a new mom with a baby, never mind without being drained all the time. Next question. Should have been around
South First Street in New Bedford.
You read them because I don't have my
especially my house before Route 18. Are you currently in that? You're currently in that home, I guess? Is she saying it's haunted?
I think she means like she used to live in a house that was haunted, maybe. It's on South First Street near Route 18, probably where they connect.
Oh, yeah.
What happened? Oh, you read it. Come on.
What happened to get you interested in paranormal?
We lived in a haunted home. We didn't believe in ghosts up until 2011.
Not this one. It was a home.
It was in Fall River. This is in New Bedford now. Yeah. We moved into a haunted home, not believing in ghosts, and strange things started happening. It took us a long time to even ask each other if we were experiencing the same things, because we had just met a few months before, and we were embarrassed to tell each other because we didn't want each other to think we were crazy. So it took a long time. If you go on relativelyparanormal.com, the whole beginning of the website kind of gives you a blurb about how we got started on this. But we wanted answers for ourselves at first, and then we decided to try to get answers for everyone else. The funny thing is, and I'll tell you this dead on, the more answers we get, the more evidence we get, the more questions we have. It's really bizarre.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
It
We've seen
just
the
doesn't-
craziest things. But prior to moving into that home in Fall River, I didn't even give ghosts or paranormal anything for that matter a second thought. It wasn't a question. They didn't exist. That was my mindset. They didn't exist to me. Now I can tell you, without a shadow of doubt that they are here. They're all around us. They're everywhere. But they're humans, most of them. They're just human spirits that just didn't make it to the light. They're stuck.
We try to be respectful, and we try to treat them as human beings, no matter where we go. We don't really provoke. I don't go out places and just start yelling at ghosts to try to get them. I think it's one of the reasons we get so much activity is that we are actually
respectful. And
think about it like this. Think about it if it was a live person, you showed up at their house unannounced, threw up some cameras, and then just started demanding them do tricks for you like you're at a carnival and demanding they answer your questions. And they're just chilling in their house that they've been there for 200 years dead.
Some of these spirits, they have no concept of time. So they don't know that they're dead, some of them. Don't know how long has gone by. Like, don't know how many years have passed since they've passed.
We're not showing it tonight, but Marissa told the ghost in this house what year it was, and they called her a liar.
Oh yeah,
it'll be on the next episode.
They won't believe us. You know, oh, they'll be like, oh, it's 2021. They're like, what? It's been like 90 years. You know, they don't even realize that they've passed. So yeah, and they still think it's their home. And some spirits, I think, still actually can see their own belongings in their home. Is that what Angie said to us?
No, I don't know. They kind of see things. A lot of them will see things the way it used to be.
The way it was when they
which is why they get so upset when people move in and renovate.
Renovations and whatnot. Yeah.
We'll do that topic on a different show. But let's roll the next video, please. Comment some more. Ask questions. Even if it's just about the paranormal, we love to answer questions and get involved with our viewers. Thank you so much for watching, and check out the next video. Whoa! That's that over there. That's the REM pod. Because he wants what? Me dead?
Wants me dead?
I think he was mad at my wife. Check out this amazing, flashing, self-lit, translucent spirit energy orb as it flies over Marissa's head and through the wall into the back room. Show us your power.
Oh, I have a figure again.
You do?
No crap, I love.
Where is he? Where is he down here? This strange anomaly intelligently rips through the door and up the staircase.
Yeah, I can see him.
This amazing orb slams on the brakes and heads straight up into the ceiling. What the f***? Is that you? I mean, look, you gotta get real close for it to do anything. Back away! Can you back away from it so I know it's you? Back away from it. Back up. Can you back away from it? Back away from it. There's nothing there, is it? It wasn't. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Can you touch it again now to show that that was you? Can you touch that again? Show that that was you? Watch as this bizarre white anomaly first flies through the doorway, goes back, and then comes back through in a much larger form. Notice its translucent quality and how it disappears in the middle of the frame. I'm not sure what this is, but I know it's not a solid object, that's for sure. This is crazy. Yes, I know. What? Oh, it's going nuts. Look at it. Look at it. Come on, make some stuff go up.
Look at it. All three are red.
Crazy. What is it? What's red? Static?
People.
Alright, let's see if I can get a picture of you on this. Brandon is holding both the EMF meter and the static detector. He and I are standing in the area where we have the REM pod set up, which detects proximity, which is something breaking the energy field that it produces, as well as ambient temperature changes in the environment, which it senses every 5 seconds. In just a few moments, that area is about to explode with paranormal activity being detected by all 3 sensors, which is what we strive for on every single investigation, which is corroborating evidence through scientific devices proving that the paranormal activity surrounding us is actually occurring. Look at that. Wow, look at that.
Staying still as what?
Let's get home with that. Yeah.
Everything. Static.
What's that?
You heard that noise?
It's right next to me.
Somebody just threw something at her.
What the hell was that?
Yep.
Somebody just threw something at me.
I heard it.
What just dropped? What? Oh my God.
Look at this.
Static detector, the REM pod,
Goosebumps.
and the EMS detector, and all three are going ballistic. Look at this. We're in the basement
Something just threw something
of the
at me. I heard
SKPS
that.
house. Look at
What
this.
was it? It's done with us.
Now that's what I call proof.
Jesus Christ.
Right,
I heard
Marissa?
that, Marissa, though, when
You did, right?
it hit right
I
against
heard
the
it
wall.
too.
Right
Yeah.
next to me. And I nearly dropped on the ground. I didn't see anything that it could be.
Look at this. Look at this. There's nothing
Yeah,
here.
the static, it keeps going off.
This
and
thing
on.
sat here forever. Look at this, Marissa. Look at this.
Yeah, I know.
He's got static EMF and REM pod. All right, if you're a human spirit, shut him off.
No idea what that was.
Okay?
Nothing.
If you're an angry demon, make that green one go off over there that Brandon's holding. Okay. If you're a human spirit, make them all go off. I don't know what it's doing. Is that Morse code? Look at that. Let me reset that for there. Look! Now it's blue. Look! That's the positive ions. I just reset it, Marissa, and it went from red to blue. This is crazy, bro.
You touch way up here? As soon as I finished.
Oh my God. This was it.
What?
This is what was thrown at me.
Oh, look. Oh. Were you just over there on the room front of the motion?
Sure.
Over here.
You just seen that? Yeah,
Were you
it just
over
went
here?
off.
This
That-
is what
look.
was just thrown at me.
Yeah, okay. Well, look at this.
I heard
Oh, the
it.
motion detector just shut off. The motion detector was just going
you
on.
know, that was me. I just went around the other way. Do you believe
Look at
that?
this. Well, look at
What
this.
is it?
Do you believe this? I don't put it near that.
I might throw it again.
What kind of picture is
Well, I
that?
told us to throw something earlier. Look at that. Look at that. Stay away from it. Stay away from it.
Is that you charging this?
Look at
thing
this.
yet?
Look at this.
Watch, I'm going to throw it back.
Now watch this. You see what happens
have
here.
it back.
Oh, now it finally shut off.
Need
Look,
this?
now the static detector's off. I reset it. Oh, look, it killed the meter. Oh, I think.
What you just witnessed was a double levitation of rocks. When Marissa throws the rock back in the corner of the room, her rock bounces in the air, hits the wall, and flies off to the right off screen. As it's flying off to the right, two rocks near that chair lift off the ground and shoot off in the same direction right there. Now you're going to see that slow-mo replay enlarge. Watch over near the chair as Mrs. Rock bounces away right there. Two rocks go flying off the ground with nobody near it. Marissa, Brandon, and I were all 20 feet away.
It's at 0. It reset though. That's weird. Look at this. Look at this.
Go ahead, touch these. Show Todd.
Mister, shine some light over here so people can see that it's just us.
So look, nobody's near that. There's no devices near that. Brandon's right there. Marissa's over there. Okay, I'm over here. Marissa, reach your hand out. Show them how close you have to be to make that go off.
Oh,
That REM. Okay?
at least right here. So that's.
So none of us are doing that.
Let's go
Right now, back away.
so.
Right away, right. Alright, that's cool.
Not even
Back
6
away,
inches?
back away, back. Out of this basement and make those devices go nuts. Make them go nuts. Look, they're all flatline now. Look, flatline. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, he wants us out. Come on, make them all go nuts. All of them. Make that thing, make that green one. Oh, that thing was the best purchase ever. Well, let's do a quick EVP session then. All right. Who's making that device go off? Talking to this red dot. Use your voice. Use your voice. Use your voice. Hold this. Use your voice. Talking to the red dot. Who's making that go off? Yell loud. All right, Marissa, go.
Who threw something at me? And why'd you throw it?
Brandon.
Like Todd said, who's here? Say your name.
Marissa.
13. Do you know if there is a heaven and a hell?
All right. Thank you for communicating with us. You've been great. We're out of here. right, where's that light switch, Marissa, so we can pack up? All right, where's that light switch, Marissa, so we can pack up? What? We listen, we have to pack up. Wow. So that's what we mean when we say EVP or electronic voice phenomenon. Those voices that I subtitled, we did not hear at the time. And the ones at the end about you'll be dead.
That's the first time I heard that.
And guess who?
That's awesome.
Is ultra super mega creepy. You can hear the tone, the gravelly voice, the breath. That whatever said that was right on top of the voice recorder that I'm showing you. And I did it in that format so you could understand how dark it is in these places when we're doing these things and we're experiencing all this activity, rocks being thrown, which on the tour of that house was one of the claims there. People who go in the basement rocks get thrown at them, and it happened several times. I hope to God that you could see the 2 rocks flying off the ground, because I've only seen a levitation on TV one time. I've seen objects move before, but to see those rocks lift up off the ground and shoot off in a different direction right after Marissa throws the rock, you can see hers hit the wall, bounce away, and as it's bouncing away, those 2 rocks just fly off the ground and shoot off in the other direction. It's insane, absolutely insane, absolutely insane. But the EVP session, totally awesome. Those were from the voice recorder, by the way. That's the voice recorder.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we stand in the pitch dark and we ask these questions. And I don't think we even listened to that till we got home. So I was listening to that the other night, and I
never heard it at all. That was the first time I heard that.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I think you had gone to sleep already, but yeah, I was in the pitch dark when I heard that voice telling me I was going to be dead. So that wasn't the coolest thing in the world, but actually it was the coolest thing in the world. I'm not gonna lie. It was awesome. So I'm not sure if there's any comments or questions. Go ahead, you read.
Thank you. Just someone to help you learn of equipment to use.
We actually researched everything that we use. Marissa can tell you I'm constantly looking online, and then I'll try to find a video of the equipment being used. I'll try to read up and understand how it works.
Todd's made a good majority of our equipment.
I try to make as much of it as possible because people charge outrageous amounts online. I even sell some of the things like the energy pump I invented. I'm the only one who uses quartz and amethyst crystals in the pump. It's pretty crazy stuff. And what it does is it just fills the atmosphere with energy for these spirits to use. And that's where a lot of our activity actually comes from, is they just get so fueled up with energy that they just go berserk. And, like I said, they want to manifest. They want to communicate with you. Right.
So Christy says, what kind of spirits would be in an old school where you live?
Well, the first spirit that we contacted, we believe, is a negative entity. He told us his name was Terry, that he died in the intersection, which is right outside our window, that he got run over. And we used to investigate here a lot. We do not do it anymore because we realized that we were opening up doors here that we did not want to open up. And even though we closed them after we're done, it always was real heavy in here after and real draining. We just don't do it here anymore. But anyway, Terry, we believe, is a negative entity who lied to us. And why don't you tell him about the human spirit that we have documented?
And there's a woman that that did live here, excuse me, after the building was converted. And her name is Angie. She lived in New Bedford. She died in 2013 of an overdose. And
she's stuck here.
She's stuck here. She didn't move into the light because she had 2 children that were by her side when she passed. So she wanted to stick around for them. We've spoken to her many times. We've spoken to her family. Actually, I came in contact with her daughter just a couple weeks ago. So, they're great people, great family, but unfortunately, Angie is stuck here.
See, what happens is I believe, and Marissa believes the same thing. We try to ask every spirit that we come in contact with. We have a set, 10 questions that we ask every spirit. And the majority, the main gist of it is what happened when you died? Did you see your own body? Did you know you were dead? Did you see the light? why didn't you go into it? Are you trapped here? Why don't you leave the location? This sort of things, okay? When you are unprepared for death, when you are sleeping, if you have an overdose, if you get smashed by a car that you don't see coming, and you're unprepared for death, I believe there's a lot of confusion when you find yourself standing outside your body.
Yeah.
Okay. And that confusion, you know, you may not realize that there's even a light there for you to go into. Okay. So that's how a lot of people get trapped here. And then some people aren't ready to leave. They have unfinished business.
Right.
Spirits will stay here for any number of reasons, but I believe a lot of it is confusion.
Of course. Of course.
And those of us who know we're going to pass from a disease, from old age, from something, and are prepared for it, you know, pass in a a way where we realize it's coming, we go into the light and we move on. But there's a significant amount of dead human beings stuck on this plane that are trapped here because they didn't realize that they were going to die and they were not ready for
and
it.
they want help now.
What does that
you know,
say?
Can you tell if it was a real demon or just a ghost?
No.
No.
By the activity and by the evidence after, maybe. But when you can't see what's there most of the time, how could you possibly know?
I mean, we could see it mapped out as like a stick figure, and we've seen it do crazy things, and there have been really quite bizarre things that have happened here that lead me to believe that it could be that it. I don't know.
When Marissa says stick figure, we have a structured light sensor camera, and structured light sensor means it spits out little red infrared dots that create a 3D environment. It was originally made for video games. When it maps
PlayStation 3 or like the
Xbox,
Wii, something like that. Yeah.
It maps us. You can see the outside of our body and then a skeleton. But when there's just a skeleton sitting in your kitchen chair and it's waving its arm upon asking it to, and it's interacting with you and it looks like a human being, you know, that's a spirit. I'm sorry. The crazy thing is, you know, you watch horror movies and a ghost scurries up the wall and climbs across the ceiling. And we've seen that on these cameras. When a ghost, first starts off as like a ball of broken bones and manifests itself and you hear the bones cracking and it turns into a figure. We've seen a jumbled mess of lines on an SLS camera turn into a body.
We've seen them jump into things. We've seen them jump into people.
We've seen them jump out of our kitchen mirror.
Yes.
Okay, they use mirrors as portals. These are the crazy things that we've come to find out are real that we did not believe in.
Right. These orbs that we see, these are the spirits. The orbs are the spirits.
Some of it, listen, the dust is the shapeless, snow-looking stuff near the front of your camera. But something in the background that's rocketing across the screen, making a right turn, that's flashing, it's self-illuminated, it's perfectly circular. That's spirit energy.
And a lot of times, if you get really, really close to it, you can actually see that there's usually a face in the orb, or some. Yeah, I've always seen faces in all the orbs that are really, really like the strong ones.
We don't agree on all this stuff, but listen, there's no way to know for sure. Listen, I don't know if she doesn't know.
I think that's them.
But it's okay. It's okay to not have the exact theories because at least the healthy discussion. I mean, you got to be able to discuss these things out, have theories.
We don't agree on
We try to ask the spirits, honestly, at the end of the day.
But Angie has confirmed that the orbs are her spirit.
Correct. The vortex helps a lot. When you can have direct communication with spirits like that, you know, it helps out a significant amount. I don't use a scratchy spirit box that's a radio station. You can't tell whether it's Greg Hill doing a commercial or a spirit talking to you. You know, the vortex was something that came to me over the course of, a year and a half. And I changed different things about it based upon what the spirits told me, fine-tuned it. And I don't know how it came about, but it works insane. It's real. It's real. It's not a cell phone in a box. It's real.
It's not always.
I say that because some ass hat put that in my comment one time. Yes. Listen, anybody's welcome to come with us. You want to see for yourself, by all means, you know, but it's a direct communication spirit box and it's incredible. Now, tonight I was going to show you the second floor investigation that we did here. We went from the third to the second to the basement. The basement was so incredible that I did those videos first, but there's so much evidence that came out of this place. It was so active, which is why I say it's the most haunted place we've ever been, that I just couldn't get. We'd have to be here for 3 hours, honestly. Yeah. So we're going to save that for another show. But I did make a couple of videos from that floor that are pretty insane. And the first one, I believe, is the SLS camera. Now, we have a second SLS camera that's made with the Kinect from an Xbox One, and it's different than the structured light one. It shoots out like kind of like a LiDAR, a sonar infrared beam. It hits an object like a person that comes back to the camera, and it uses the software algorithms to map out what it's seeing. There's no false positives on this thing. If it sees a stick figure, it's there. If it's whatever's there is there. Okay, so it also has it has like 4 different cameras in it, and it has one that's just an infrared screen that's also 3D, but you'll see the difference in the two. But I put them side by side because you're going to see a lot of weird things on the 3D side, and it's the identical time on the other side, and you're going to see that what's mapping out in 3D is not on the infrared camera. You'll understand in a second. So I believe that's the third video. It's a short video. It is absolutely stunning. It is absolutely real. And it absolutely, I cannot even wrap my mind. It blew my mind. So let's roll the third video, please. Any comments, questions, feel free to throw them out. We're happy to answer them.
Moving from the right side to the left in that right glass window being pointed out by the arrow is an apparition that we caught on camera when we were moving from the 3rd floor to the 2nd and happened to put down our data camera in front of this door. It's an amazing capture that was caught by accident, and we couldn't believe our eyes when we saw it on the evidence. In these screenshots of that video, you can see that there is absolutely nothing solid. What we have here is an actual apparition caught on camera, and the only thing in it is translucent, transparent, and even though it moves very quickly, believe me, what you're looking at is a real apparition. During this time period, all 4 people in the building were on a completely different floor.
So this is going to stay down here because there's nothing.
Up on the camera.
Yeah, it's all stuff to come up. The rest of the stuff can stay down here. There's nothing in it.
The following footage comes from that same static camera after it was placed on the 2nd floor right outside the room that we were investigating. This is a compilation of all of the best manifestations of spirit energy. Not only do insane orbs and even a mist in that room in the background fly all around Marissa, but watch the motion detector on the left-hand side turn on and off as it monitors that hallway that it's facing down. Watch this huge, incredible, intelligent orb make a left-hand turn, followed by several other ones shooting right towards the ceiling.
As I walk away in this frame, a huge mist explodes from behind me. It comes out of nowhere. I have no idea what this is. Check it out in the replay. Last but not least, a ball of mist manifests out of the wall and intelligently shoots off towards the staircase. Okay, so not the right video, not the side-by-side video, but we kind of set it up because we talked about orbs a second before. The power plant energy pump was on the tripod in the middle of that room, and you notice there was not a lot of spirit activity. As soon as I turned it on, that hallway went berserk. And that motion detector, the entire time, like an hour and a half, we investigate the room over there. The motion detector stays on almost the entire time. That motion detector really goes off. It was aimed down a hallway to the left-hand side, way off camera, and it stayed on the whole time. That light on top is like a rainbow.
Yeah.
And if something walks by, it will turn on for 30 seconds, and then it will shut off. If it stays on, something is blocking the beam that it's sending out there. It stays on almost the entire time. That's the only time it shut off. I showed it. Whatever that thing was that flew up behind me at the end, I don't have it. I've never seen that before. I don't have an answer for that. That was awesome.
And those orbs, 100% are spirit orbs. There's no way that I've never seen dust like, like these things were just.
I mean, one shot right into Ellen Pierce's room, like around the corner.
Yeah, you can see them going around corner. I mean, dust won't do that. It just won't.
Well, the last one actually comes out of the wall. You see it manifest.
Yeah, that one was awesome.
Out of the wall. The person standing there was the host, the lady who runs the place. Yes.
Okay.
So she was just standing there talking to us while we moved floors, and that's why when I said everybody was upstairs when the apparition walked by the door, that was during that time frame as well. There was another camera that just happened to be downstairs because we thought we would go into the basement at that point. We ended up staying up on the second floor. That thing that walks by the glass door is incredible. I wish the camera was aimed up a little bit higher to see the whole window. But you can clearly see, especially in the screenshots, that there is nothing solid there. Everyone was upstairs. It's just like a French door that goes into another room, and something walks by it. I actually went frame by frame on the computer, and the spirit actually comes out, stops, turns its head, looks the other way, and shoots off camera. Mm-hmm. They move so fast, so extremely fast, that it's only by going frame by frame that you could see something like that. And I the only way I would be able to do it is to have Marissa videotaping me clicking frame by frame, explaining what you were seeing, which maybe I'll do if I see something like that again. But that's one of the only apparitions like that we've ever caught. Go ahead. You there?
I was hit by a truck when I was 5. My dad said I died 5 minutes. You asked, do you see light? At 5, I had no idea. Then got the gift of sight ever since.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. I mean, I'm sorry, but
well, not awesome that you're in a horrible accent, but that you have the gift of sight. I had an extremely bad seizure. I was just talking to Marissa about this a few weeks ago, middle of October, and I thought I was going to die. I thought I was having a stroke. I didn't know what was going on. I was unconscious for like a day and a half. I woke up in Boston. I didn't die. I didn't see the light or anything, but ever since then, and of course, the more we're around these spirits, the more your third eye chakra, your ability to see them opens up. But I've been seeing a lot of strange things around the house that I hadn't seen before, including a shadow figure that I saw several times in the living room today, right where I'm sitting, as a matter of fact. So I completely understand. I didn't die, but I've seen that similar story on TV a few times where people die and they get to that point between our world and the spirit world, and it allows them to all of a sudden see spirits almost in a medium type way. Mm-hmm. If you are a truly what was her name? Pauline. If you are a truly gifted medium, I don't know to what extent, but if you have the ability to move on spirits, please contact us either through our website relativelyparanormal.com or relativelyparanormal@gmail.com. Because we do need a little bit of help. We would like to move Miss Angie on if possible. And now that we have contact with some of our family members, we think we may be able to do that. But I don't know how to move a spirit on into the light.
I mean, we tried. I don't know if we were successful. But
No,
I
she's
know
still-
that
yeah.
we have tried with Angie, and we were not. I don't know.
No,
what
we
was
can
missing
cleanse
there,
houses.
but
I can
yeah.
kick them out on the street if I have access to the whole house.
But I mean, that goes to anybody watching. If there's anybody who does have the ability to do that, and could assist us, we greatly appreciate it. Just send us an email and drop your telephone.
But please,
number
if you're
or
not
call.
if you're not gifted, if you're a faker or a fraud, please don't bother. We can tell. I have enough equipment where I would. No, I'm just saying. Like, listen, if you're truly gifted, we would love to help. But I know that there are a lot of people out there that are not, that perpetrate like they are, and maybe they want to get on TV. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I have a spirit box. I'll know if it worked.
All right, next time.
Anyway, all right. So the last video is the one that I spoke of with the side by side. It is ultra freaky. Please comment if this blows your mind, because it blew mine. So let's roll the last video. What you are looking at here is side-by-side images from our 3D mapping camera. It maps in both 3D, which is on the left side, and an infrared 3D type image, which I have on the right-hand side. What you're looking at here is screenshots of what you just saw, which looks like a freaky demonic head on the corner of the ceiling. You can clearly see facial features there, freaky Lord of the Rings type ears, eyes, a nose, and a huge forehead. Here, you can see on the 3D side that something is mapping there on the ceiling. It is solid white, and on the right-hand side, there is absolutely nothing there. You're looking at a screenshot full image of what mapped up on the ceiling, and you're about to see exactly what that is in a few seconds. Absolutely horrific. Now you can see out of the doorway to the 3rd floor, there is clearly something there, a figure coming out of there. On the right-hand side, you can see there is absolutely nothing there. But on the 3D left-hand side, you can see over and over again, the camera is trying to map something. Now it is gone, but in a second, it is going to come back, and it is going to look like something out of a Conjuring horror movie. The entity is right there. It looks like its top of the head is at the top of the doorway, and it looks like it's going to come out and grab somebody and drag them back up to the 3rd floor. I have no clue what this is. You can see like a hook nose there. I don't know what that thing is up high, whether that's another head or part of that entity, maybe its hand. Either way, absolutely stunning when we saw this. Absolutely stunning. Here we can see screenshots. I've put 3 side by side so you can see what all 3 images of that insane figure look like. Now what we're moving into is the most horrific image we have ever captured on this camera. It looks like a demonic entity upside down on the ceiling. These are screenshots of what you just saw. It looks like it has 2 huge horns, a tongue sticking out of the middle of its mouth, and here I flipped that image upside down so you can get an idea of just what it looked like crouching on the ceiling right above us. I cannot believe this was actually up there. It's told to us time and again through these Vortex Spirit Box that there is a demon on the ceiling or behind us. This must be it. Here you can see a shadow man in the corner of the room. These are screenshots of it, and on the blow up on the left-hand side, you can clearly see that there are facial features on this entity, an eye, its mouth is wide open, a nose, and finally here we see our host standing there in the corner of the image, and it looks like a hand on the 3D side has shot out and is either touching her back or is right behind her. This is another stunning image. I don't recall her saying anything at the time, but there is clearly something there that shot out and now has withdrawn back into the hallway behind her. Finally, we are seeing images of some insane orbs that both cameras caught. A couple of times they show up on both sides of the screen. Either way, for something to show up on this camera, it has to have body and solid mass to it. It is the only way it maps out. It is a LiDAR type system that shoots out an infrared beam, hits a solid object. When that returns back to the camera, the software maps out exactly what it hit and saw. All right, so that was the footage I was talking about with the side-by-side. It's the same camera shooting both those images. So it has 2 cameras in it. One shoots in complete 3D, kind of like our other SLS camera, and the other one shoots in infrared. Absolutely stunning. And the fact that I could put the images side by side so you could see that, hey, something's 3D mapping here, like that thing crouching on the ceiling, and Here's the infrared footage at the same exact timestamp, and there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So what the hell is mapping out over here? We hear all the time on the spirit box that there is something on the ceiling. We've caught it on our other SLS camera. We have video of things crawling around on the ceiling, and now we have a 3D image of it, and it's horrific. And I'll tell you what, those images were captured because they talk about all the time on our spirit box. They can see us using the equipment. Even in the first video, they saw Marissa using it and threatened to kill her because she was using the thing that can see them. They get pissed about it. Yeah. That footage was caught. That's at like 10% speed because somebody picked up that SLS camera and was moving it and was like spinning around the room by accident, not even looking at the screen. And it was capturing them like hiding behind doorways, hiding behind. That's what they do. They hide in corners. They hide behind doorways. They peek out. It sounds goofy, but it's true. This is what they do. Mm-hmm. And that caught them by accident because somebody was spinning around holding that camera. And I was savvy enough, whatever. I saw a few of those things caught my eye at full speed and said, what the hell? And I slowed it down and was shocked. Was absolutely shocked at what I was seeing. And again, went frame by frame. This is how painstaking we go through this stuff. And I called Marissa over and I pulled up the other footage and we made sure that was real, that wasn't something else. And there's nothing there on that ceiling. That doorway goes up to the 3rd floor. That thing is coming out of that doorway like a horror movie character, like grabbing onto the edge and it's insane.
You see like one leg up. It's like
had a weird hook nose and oh my God, man. But listen, when we say this stuff is real, it's no joke. We'll get comments. People will laugh this. I get it. It looks crazy. But I have the original footage. Anybody's welcome to look at it. It's real. It's real. That camera does. It's LiDAR. LiDAR is what they use from satellites to shoot through jungle canopies to find old pyramids in the Amazon jungle. Mm-hmm. Okay? It doesn't make false positives. The orbs that it captured, even one captured on both sides, have to have some sort of mass to them or they would not appear on that camera. Okay? Dust doesn't have mass to it. These things are solid balls. And the laser shooting out, the infrared laser, it's hitting them, it's coming back and it's mapping. And that's why the mapping kind of changed a little bit because the person was moving with the camera. We try to keep that camera still because it's hard for something to shoot out, come back and hit it like a boomerang, right, and then map it. But crazy stuff, crazy stuff. I don't know if there's any more comments on that. I'm sure everybody's scratching their head trying to figure out what they just saw because I'm still scratching my head trying to figure out what the hell. I don't know. It's legit. I got the footage. It's crazy. And
that's not even, I mean, that was just a little pinch of what we saw in that house.
And that's not even showing you what's going to be on the next episode, which is the 2nd floor where we went into while all that was going on. Because so much occurred in the 2nd floor in Edward Pierce's room that it's going to take a whole nother episode to show it. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
No more comments, Max says.
So no more comments. So I want to thank everybody for watching. If you need help, again, relativelyparanormal.com. We can come and investigate. Not a problem. Like Marissa always says, you're not putting us out. We're happy to help. We've been there. We're still there. Or relativelyparanormal@gmail.com. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate all the support. I think we'll be on next week. Yeah. So please tune in again. And I want to thank you both for sharing this. Thanks, you're very welcome, Pauline. We're happy to do it. Again, we're here to entertain, educate, and offer help. No question, it's real. If you view, investigate. If what?
In person, you'll no longer be a skeptic.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Manny.
Yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
All right, have a great weekend,
Thank
everybody.
you from our family to yours. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Thank you for